Hey crypto friends, for those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Garrett and welcome to Altcoin Radar. Today you are going to learn about 5 small cap metaverse projects that have the potential to do a 100x and reach market cap levels of $5 billion or more in the future if they ever take off. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, if you're interested in trading and would like to try the same exchange that I use, feel free to go ahead and check out the MEXC crypto exchange. You can find a link to it in the description below this video. I personally love this exchange because, one, they don't deal with the same drama that Binance and Coinbase deals with on a regular basis. In addition to that, they allow me to trade crypto futures. And in addition to that, for altcoin nerds like myself, they've got over 1,500 different altcoins for me to buy before or trade before the next bull market takes off. All right, folks. So as we all know it, the metaverse offers us literally a parallel world where, literally we can exist as digital identities. And the tech industry has made it pretty clear that the metaverse is not just a fad. It's really not. But instead, the future of human connections and transactions in various sectors. So while these metaverse projects are, still in, early stages of development, businesses have already started investing in them, and for good reason too, to be honest with you. In addition, there are literally dozens upon dozens of metaverse projects out there, but not all of them are going to be worth your time to research or worth your money, all right? But today, I will be sharing 5 of these metaverse projects that I truly believe have the potential to reach new heights and do a 100x or more if the metaverse projects world ever takes off someday, all right? So guys, the very first 100x potential metaverse project that I'm going to show you here today is going to be Mines of Delarnia, okay? Now here's the thing. Mines of Delarnia is a metaverse game that pretty much unfolds in the Delarnia metaverse with an emphasis on pretty much 3 planets called Terra Prime, Terra Simia, and Terra Caldera, all right? And has an overall adventure-based theme to it as well, okay, which is pretty cool, all right? In addition, gamers can either be miners or landowners in this game, where miners earn rewards by capturing rare NFT assets in the world, and the landowners own virtual land within the metaverse that can obviously be rented out on the in-game markets and stuff like that, all right? Now, as far as overall price potential is concerned, let's check this out and see where it would be if it did a 100x, okay? So as we can clearly see right now, it's currently sitting at 18 cents. We got an 18-cent coin. We go ahead and multiply that by 100. It could potentially go to roughly $18, all right? We go ahead and multiply that by its circulating supply. We're just going to go with like 315 million here. So 315 million, and if it did a 100x, it would have a market cap of roughly over $5.67 billion, which is not impossible, okay? So realistically here, this thing definitely has some potential to go up to $18 at some point in the long-term future, you guys. All right, so that does it for Mines of Delarnia. So let's go ahead and get rid of this one. So this brings me to the next small cap metaverse project on this list, which is going to be none other than Star Atlas, all right? So here's the thing with Star Atlas. Star Atlas is a metaverse RPG game where players can, time travel to the year 2620, I believe it was, and explore the cosmos through various virtual experiences and stuff like that. Now, as far as the game itself is concerned, Star Atlas is made up of pretty much 3 different groups, all right? We've got the human race, we've got the alien species, and we've got a robotic species as well. And in order to compete for resources and establish pretty much, dominance over a region in the game, players will have to choose their factions and participate in what are called faction wars, all right? So realistically, this is one of my personal favorite metaverse projects. As many of you know, I'm a huge fan of space-like projects like this, but this video is all about seeing how high these projects could go if they did a 100x. So let's check out its price potential if that were to happen, all right? So what do we got for a price now? We've got 0.003. So 0.003, we go ahead and multiply that by 100, and we pretty much get a 30-cent Star Atlas coin, all right? So if we go ahead and take that and multiply that by its circulating supply, we're just going to call it 10 million. Wait, 10 billion. So multiply it by 10 billion, and what do we get here? we get a market cap of roughly $3 billion, which again, just like the last one, you guys, $3 billion is definitely not impossible. So this thing, it's safe to say, could reach price levels of at least 30 cents at some point in the long-term future if metaverse projects end up taking off, all right? Which 30 cents, that's a pretty big gain from where it's at right now, you guys. All right, so that does it for Star Atlas. Now, as you guys can tell, I'm not going into in depth into these projects. If I did that, this video would be like an hour long. Nobody wants to sit there for an hour. So now, guys, this next one that I've got for you guys is another one of my personal favorites, and I bet you can guess why too, because it's got a space-like theme to it, and it is called Starlink. Okay, so now, just like Star Atlas, like what we just talked about, Starlink has some pretty nice looking graphics that literally reel you in and make you want to play based on appearance alone, to be honest with you. But as far as the actual metaverse is concerned, Starlink is an interactive metaverse space for pretty much games, socializing, and exchange. And the purpose of Starlink is to pretty much serve as a place in the virtual world where users can, look into opportunities that are relevant into their own interests, all right? Overall here, you guys, the platform aims to pretty much function as a 3D social metaverse or social universe where users can interact for a variety of purposes, such as like, a sharing, sharing artwork, playing games with friends, and much more than that as well. So as far as Starlink is concerned, let's check out where this thing could be if it did a 100X. Now, this is one of those projects where it's got a bunch of zeros before the actual price, which I'd personally hate it when projects are like that, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and check this out. We've got 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we've got 2927. We're just going to call it 3. And we'll go ahead and multiply it by 100. And so if it did a 100x, it would be, well, 3 zeros and then 3. So we'll go ahead and take this and multiply it by its circulating supply. 1,000, million, billion, trillion. We're just going to call it, we're just going to say, well, actually, no, 100% of the whole supply is already out, so we're just going to call it 10 trillion. So we got 10 trillion here, so that is how many? 1,000, million, billion, trillion. And we would get a market cap of just like Star Atlas, you guys, this one would have a market cap of roughly $3 billion, which once again, in the grand scheme of things, in the height of a bull market, $3 billion for a project like this is not unheard of, okay? So realistically, if this thing did a 100x, it would come out to a price of, 3 zeros plus a 3, all right? So that does it for Starlink. So, all right, folks, the next project that I've got for you guys here is going to be Synverse, all right? So for those of you who enjoy GTA style gameplay, you just might like this one, to be honest with you. Synverse pretty much bills itself as pretty much a R-rated metaverse with a combination of both, GTA and GTA and Decentraland style gameplay, all right? In addition, Synverse features an open world with customizable land plots and is loaded with random violence, cursing, minor nudity as well. There are overall a total of 15,000 different land plots throughout 17 different districts here, and each district is pretty much associated with a specific faction and contains unique resources as well as boosts and stuff too. Overall here, I've checked out this game firsthand myself, and it is definitely worth checking out sometime if you really want to check it out. It's definitely worth it. It's a lot of fun. But let's go ahead and check out the price potential on this one, all right? So here's the thing, all right? If we go ahead and take this one at 0.006 here and multiply that by 100, I mean, we're going to come out here with 60 cents, all right, which is pretty interesting. As you guys can clearly see, this current market cap it's only $2.2 million, which is, I mean, that's fairly low. That's an extremely low market cap. This thing could really skyrocket more than 100x, to be brutally honest with you. So, but anyway, if we take 60 cents and we go ahead and multiply that by its circulating supply of, we're just going to call it 340 million here. So if we go ahead and multiply it by 340 million, we come out with a solid market cap of $204 million, which realistically, that is a very small market cap still. So, I mean, when you're seeing market caps that low, I mean, if you were to multiply this by 5 even, it would come out to roughly even just, a small market cap of still $1 billion, which realistically, that's still a very small market cap. So realistically, this thing could do way, way more than a 100x in the long-term future. So that's something to keep in mind for you guys, all right? So there you go. That does it for Synverse. And last but not least, the last metaverse project here that I've got for you guys is going to be Arcona, all right? Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, Arcona is literally a universal information space that pretty much unites real and virtual worlds in a single ecosystem, and it allows you to explore the X reality metaverse around the globe. In addition, in Arcona itself, you can literally become the owner of digital land to to change reality anywhere in the world and publish AR content literally anywhere remotely as well. So it's safe to say if you're a fan of augmented reality style projects, then you're definitely more than likely going to really enjoy this one. As you guys can clearly see in their video here, you can clearly see that people got, dragons and pandas and stuff like that, and they're, just walking on the sidewalks and stuff like that. So, I mean, hey, there's a huge market out there for people who like this kind of stuff. So I completely see how people would want, grow to liking it at some point in time. But overall here, let's check out its price potential. Just like Synverse, as you guys can clearly see, this one has a very low market cap as well too. So this one could just as well take off just like Synverse would. So let's check this out. We are at 0.8 right now. If we go ahead and multiply that by 100, we come out to $8, obviously, and we go ahead and multiply this one by, we're just going to use its whole max supply since we're already almost capped out at 92%. So we're just going to go ahead and use, 17 million. So if we go ahead and take 17 million, which is a pretty low supply, which is pretty nice to see, we're going to come out with a market cap of roughly $136 million, which again, super low, you guys, very, very, very low. So realistically, if this thing ever takes off, this thing could literally skyrocket, you guys. Literally could go more than 500x, just like the Synverse project that I was talking about earlier. So that does it for Arcona. But overall here, though, you guys, metaverse projects really haven't taken off in the crypto space yet, but that does not mean that they won't in the future. I mean, here's the thing, with the world becoming more and more digital on a regular basis, it's literally only a matter of time before people start becoming more interested in these types of metaverse projects. Now, if any of you guys have any questions or concerns about any of these projects that I mentioned in this video, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter and ask me anything that you would like, all right? I love helping people, which is the main reason I started this channel, so do not hesitate to reach out if you have any questions whatsoever. But overall here, you guys, that's going to pretty much do it for this one, so I'll go ahead and wrap this one up. But again, before you guys leave, go ahead and make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a new crypto and altcoin video from me on a regular basis. And with that said, you guys, thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in the comment section down below of my future videos.